Howdy folks, and welcome back to She-Ra and the Princesses of Power. Today we're going to be finishing up Season 3 with Episode 6, the finale, The Portal. Nice, simple title, just like Remember Last Time, but with significantly more weight to it. We are almost there. We're almost at the halfway point of the whole show. This show somehow simultaneously feels like it still kind of just started up and is just getting going. It also feels like I've been doing this for forever at this point. It certainly has heated up. I mean, it's always been pretty good, and season 1 definitely had some high moments. Season 2, kind of okay for the most part. If you still consider it to be like the first half of a production run of a proper season, it works for what it is. But as far as like a build up to like a huge climax, not so much. Remember, we finished season 2, as it were, with Bo's dads, which was a great episode, but not like big finale worthy like this, right? And the last couple have just been absolutely phenomenal. Really starting at 3x4 and on, the show has really like kicked into a whole new gear, I feel like. Which, I've made comparisons to the end of season 1 kind of feeling the same way, but this feels massively bigger, much scarier, and just overall better. And hey, and y'all say seasons 4 and 5 don't let up, so I'm excited for this kind of energy to kind of pervade the rest of the show, as it were. But last episode in particular was very, very interesting. I mentioned 3x4 being really, really good. I still think I would consider it to be the peak of the show so far, but last episode was really, really intriguing, especially afterwards talking about it with people on both Discord and Patreon. Links to both of those in the description, by the way, as kind of like this just kind of ambiguous episode, because as I watched it the whole time, I kind of kept in mind, okay, Adora's the only one who really knows what's going on. But in editing and with talking with people, you kind of notice glimpses of Catra where sometimes it seems like she does know what's going on, and times where she feels like she doesn't know what's going on. And it's really interesting that they can manage to pull that off in a show like this, kind of keep something so ambiguous, right? To where, everyone I talked to had completely different opinions on it. And, even me in editing, kind of watching it, thinking about it, I still don't know for sure. I still think she didn't know until kind of she saw the flashes with Adora, and then it all kind of came back to her. But still, at the very least, like, even the moments with Shadow Weaver with Catra are very, up for debate on whether or not she actually knew, like had her memories from the other timeline. And speaking of the other timeline, we, ended the last one with Adora heading to Bright Moon. Nega Catra, I guess we'll call her, with half of her face kind of glitched out there. I don't know what the fate of this universe is going to be and what this kind of holds for us and our group. Keeping in mind that they are kind of the same as the ones in the portal room in the other timeline. I just don't know how they're going to converge and how they're going to kind of settle this. So I guess there's just one way to find out. And let's scooch over and get ready to watch this thing. As I take this opportunity to thank you for watching me watch this thing. Do all the YouTube things. For fuck's sake, make sure you're subscribed to the channel so you see when more of these come out. Leave a like on this video, leave a comment, let me know what you think of the episode, of the reaction, anything you want to tell me. I did already mention the Patreon, but we get early, uncut, unedited videos over there. So if you want to support the channel a little bit and get a couple extra perks in return, that's always an option for you. But as always, I'm glad that you're here watching on YouTube. And speaking of YouTube, just one small request. Would you, watching this right now, mind going back to 3x3? Because I had to re-upload that one after it went public. Usually any copyright issues get sorted out in the week and a half to 2 weeks in advance that I do get these edited reactions up. Another reason to check the Patreon, because that's about how far ahead we are. Or channel memberships. You get the edited versions there too, so that's another option. But I'm trying to get better about plugging the channel memberships as well. But regardless, for whatever reason, 3x3 decided they wanted to wait until a day after I pushed it live, after a bunch of people had already watched it, liked, commented, all the things. So I had to pull it down, fix one little section in editing, just a tiny, tiny little section that like got the whole thing copyright blocked. So that one is sitting at far fewer views than any of the others. So if you're watching this, would you kindly go back and give that one some love, because it could use it. And with all that being said, let us get started with She-Ra and the Princesses of Power, Season 3, Episode 6, the finale, the veritable midpoint of the show, the portal. Starting up in 3, 2, 1, go. And while we're getting set up here, I did catch a glimpse of something at the very, very beginning of the episode as I was kind of prepping everything. And it does seem to be something that's going to pop up right here. So forgive me for not being completely shocked to see this, but I'm waiting for it to happen. Oh, everything looks great over here.
Did you two go flying without me?
Yeah, this is what I saw. And honestly, I'll wait until the intro starts up to see this. Also, I like that you're back in this timeline from a trip, but also from what we know about him from the dead.
Welcome home, love.
It is nice to see him.
You seem like you were having so much fun without me. You can't have missed me much.
What a nice, happy family. I hope nothing bad happens.
Caught a girl sneaking into Bright Moon from the Whispering Woods. She was trying to break into.
She wasn't so much sneaking as she was sprinting and yelling, "I need to fix everything. Where's Glimmer?" I feel like I would like her.
Glimmer!
How does she know my name? Damn, their intel is good in the Horde. But yeah, I ended up seeing a glimpse of King Micah before I even watched the last one. So I was like, oh, fuck, I just ruined like the biggest of surprises. But after watching the last one, kind of realizing that we're in like an alternate timeline kind of thing, that kind of softened the blow a little bit for me. Whereas we kind of, now in this mentality, we have this is kind of a what if scenario timeline kind of thing. So that makes it feel like, when I initially saw that, I thought King Micah came out of the portal and said, finally, after all this time, I'm home. But thankfully, that doesn't seem to be the case. But like, oh, boy. Oh, he is a historian in this timeline. See, I mentioned Bo's dads earlier. That episode was important for this moment.
There's a trespasser in Bright Moon, and we need to figure out who she is.
Also, since I was yapping the whole time through the intro, my tea for tonight is spiced chai.
I just feel like I know her somehow.
Okay.
So we're gonna sneak in and spy while my parents interrogate her.
What?
This is a very, very Glimmer plan. Somehow I feel like in the other timeline I do this kind of shit all the time. King Micah is just like,
King Micah?
I got nothing for her.
Whoa, you look different than your mural.
I guess that would be all she has to go off of, right? Oh,
This is a truth spell.
okay.
This is gonna be a lot to explain. And it's gonna sound a little weird.
Also, the world around us is dying.
Reality is collapsing in on itself because of the portal that Hordak and Catra set off. They're from the Horde, except you don't remember the Horde because the Fright Zone disappeared. But I promise it used to exist, and we were fighting them along with the Princess Alliance.
He's like, something wrong with this thing? You're right, that was a lot.
How do you know my daughter and the Royal Apprentice historian?
He's a historian here?
Come on, you should remember that episode. I remember that episode.
Because normally you're dead?
Is that a threat to the king?
Threatening the king?
Damn it, I'm good.
I need to talk to Bo and Glimmer. They're the strongest people I know.
Guards, escort this young woman to our holding cell.
Well, good thing Blow and Glimmer heard that, so they can just kind of,
Spare room.
sneak in and remove the cushions.
Don't listen to her. She's lying.
But your truth spell.
I must have done it wrong.
Yeah, on the fritz. Damn, I'm good. Man, I'm on a roll tonight. 2 little Oracle moments in just the first 5 minutes of episode. It's got to be some kind of record, right? Oh, I wonder if Bo would know anything. Oh, yeah, it's a lot of teleports, huh?
Glimmer! Oh, I knew you guys.
Wait, those don't hurt, actually.
Listen, crazy lady. My dad has never messed up a spell. You were telling the truth in there.
You're a great fighter, a genius inventor, and you shouldn't worry about what your dads think. They're proud of you, just like I am.
Aw. How'd you know I have dads?
Bo isn't a fighter. He's Bo.
He's like,
This isn't right.
no, I need to expose the midriff.
Saying everything is perfect.
Ooh, she's starting to remember too.
My dad. He's gone. Isn't he?
We don't have much time.
Can you think of anyone who'd know how to make a Entrapta?
Of course.
Yeah.
Entrapta! Glimmer, can you teleport us to Drill?
I barely managed to teleport me and Bo in here.
Then we'll just have to do this the best friend squad way.
Who came up with that name? It sucks. Also nice.
Is this how we normally do things?
Yep. You'll get used to it.
Step away from my daughter. Now!
I feel like King Mike is going to be like, you can go.
Can't you see what's happening?
Oh, okay. Now she's starting to get it. It'll be interesting.
What's wrong?
I'm sorry.
It'll be interesting to see how King Micah reacts to this, because he doesn't have memories of any of this. Oh. Oh, did she teleport them? There really was a big jump. Well, this will be interesting to kind of deal with.
We'll get her back, Angie. And then everything will be perfect.
And why am I not getting the flashes?
This is perfect, my love.
And that's what... Oh, okay. All right, I got to pause right here. That's the term Catra kept using the whole time. Everything is perfect, or everything will be perfect, or, you know, some variant of that. I think at one point, I think Adora said to her, don't say perfect again, kind of, so to speak. And now even Angela, who we saw did get the flashes, so she knows that something's up here, also said it's perfect. So I can definitely see, you know, Catra wants to go back to the portal timeline, because in that one, she's the one who won. So she needs to stop Adora from fixing things here, because that means that she wins over there. Whereas now Angela is going to have the complete opposite motivation. This is perfect here. I like this one because I have King Micah still. I don't want to go back. So also, technically, you need to stop Adora. It's one of those, it's like a weird paradox thing in my head, where somehow stopping Adora accomplishes both things for both parties for completely opposite reasons, if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. I hope I'm not just like thinking about this incorrectly in my head, but somehow it makes sense to me. And you know what? This is my video, so we're going to stick with it. Y'all can tell me if I'm crazy in the comments. Maybe this is an alternate reality Tallman who's you know, ideally, this episode and the last one took place within our own timeline on the portal side. It's just I haven't gotten the flashes yet. I'm just seeing everything as it's coming up to me. Hopefully it'll make sense by the end. And speaking of, like, I just realized like how little time we have left, given I always knew watching the last one, I wasn't necessarily thinking it was going to be a two-parter, but I definitely thought like once she got to the woods and got the sword back, like that was kind of going to be that. I didn't realize we're going to get the second half in Bright Moon still on this side of the portal stuff. So now that I know that this is the finale and we're running really low on time, like they better step to it. Hopefully Entrapped is like, I've been working on this portal for months. I didn't know why, but I've been working on it. I think maybe it can be of use to you. And then that's how we get there. Guess we'll just have to wait and see.
I remember now.
Yeah, and all the implications that in the other timeline it was her fault, right?
But Glimmer needs my help, and I can't stay with nothing but memories.
Yeah, well, just ignore everything I just fucking said then.
Goodbye, Micah.
It's your fault that I'm dying again!
Angie. Angela, wait! I'm not...
Oh, man. That's fucking brutal. Oh, God. The chills again.
I've never had non-robots visit me before. Usually it's just me and all my friends.
I feel like I should name one Emily for some reason.
Entrapta, I know what I'm about to say sounds crazy.
Is this about the unstable portal that's slowly consuming and warping our reality?
Now you're not gonna believe... Wait, what did you just say?
Ooh.
Oh, I figured it out a while ago.
Nice.
The portal exists somewhere in our world, and as long as it's still open, it's gonna keep destabilizing reality, making things disappear faster and faster.
It's also interesting just to get an episode with Entrapta kind of like on our side again, kind of. It's a nice little what if scenario, right?
Whoever shuts the portal down can't leave. They'll be trapped between realities, possibly forever.
Ooh.
Oh, imagine the data they could collect.
With that in mind, I think it should be you, Entrapta. Maybe that's why her name is Entrapta.
Remember, Entrapta, when you and Hordak built the portal machine.
Ooh. I built that.
I remember. I had a lab partner, Hordak.
Oh, wow. And she has nothing but fond...
We were friends, and then
Yeah.
Patra.
Oh, she was a bitch.
I'm not really here.
Ooh, wow. That's a realization.
It's your sword. That portal is centered on you. It's following you.
Oh.
No! You
Oh.
need to remove the sword from the inside.
Ooh.
It was nice being friends with you.
Oh, wow. That also gave me chills a little bit. Because in this timeline, she had nobody. And now here, she was just so happy to have friends, even for just like 2 minutes.
Stars?
Oh. Oh, shit, it's working.
I think we might be too late.
The portal took out... Who? Mara? That's Mara? We've only seen her all hologrammy. Wow, reality really is fucked, isn't it?
Entrapta said the portal is centered on me. You're at risk as long as we're together. If I draw it away...
No. I know what
We
you're
do this
thinking,
together.
Aurora. You said you knew us? Well, we know you.
Best friend squad.
You're our best friend.
Oh,
Wait.
but there they go.
No! You got this, Adora.
Wow.
I believe in you.
Wow, just watching our best friends just like fade before our eyes like really is something. Is Angela still gonna make it here? Cause that... Oh fuck, here we go.
Hey, Adora.
That was the most spine-chilling one yet.
Where are your friends?
God, that vocal effect is so cool.
Catra!
You know,
You have to...
it didn't come about the way I wanted it to, but we finally got Dark Catra. It finally happened. Here I was thinking that Shadow Weaver was going to imbue her with the essence of the Black Garnet or something. How foolish of me. How could I ever have thought that that would be a possibility, right? I've only been asking for this for a couple seasons. Turns out we just had to like evaporate half of her in a magical portal that's destroying everything and also reality. Well, I'll take this W, I guess. It's far more terrifying than I was expecting. Yeah, wow. Wow. I kind of love it. It's horrifying. Like, that is absolute nightmare fuel. And I'm here for it.
I have to do this. Oh, we have to do that. Let's be honest. All of this is your fault.
I
If you
mean,
hadn't gotten captured, your sword wouldn't have opened the portal.
yeah, wow. And who captured her, though, is the thing. Catra saying it's her fault that it's your fault I captured you, basically.
If you hadn't gotten the sword and been the world's worst She-Ra, none of this would have happened.
Wow. Actually, I think Mara was worse.
The world would still be standing if you had never come through that portal in the first place.
Oh, wow. Even something she really couldn't control when she was a baby.
You took everything from me.
Wow. And also...
You broke the world, and it is all your fault.
The "you took everything from me" is just such a contrast to everything we've heard from Catra other times, saying like, you leaving was the best thing that ever happened to me because it elevated me to Force Captain. Like, I have status now, all this stuff. Granted, a lot's happened since then, but like, just like all this like manipulation and like gaslighting of these complete non-truths that are being hurled at Adora right now are just like, you know, once again, we keep talking about like how Catra is simultaneously like very like well thought out and planning, but then also just acts with such desperation to just like save her own ass. And like, this feels like the most desperate. Granted, like half of her is missing. So there's that. But just like, wow, this is my last opportunity to break Adora. As long as if I can just keep her occupied for long enough for the portal to just like delete everything, I win, right? So maybe it is well thought out. Maybe it's a good mix of both, honestly. Like the fact that those are her two biggest like qualities when it comes to, you know, conflict, basically. And we get just strong ties of both of them just like beamed, like just concentrated right at Adora right now is like really, really cool character stuff. Dark Catra did not disappoint.
No, it's not!
See, and then there's the Adora that we know too.
I didn't make
Exactly.
I didn't break the world,
You did.
but I am gonna fix it.
Hell yeah.
You made your choice.
Exactly what I've been saying.
Live with it!
Damn. Yeah, I know we've seen her fight with a sword and cut things in half and everything, but somehow just a big old punch just has such a power to it, an oomph.
Adora!
Oh, she did come through. She's like, I might be the last being in the universe right now.
I remember, Adora. I know this world isn't our own. How do we fix this?
Also, Micah's dead again, by the way, in case you were wondering. Oh, there it is.
I just need to go into the portal and pull out the sword. That'll turn it off and everyone will come back safe and sound.
Can you give me a
And you'll
boost?
come back safe too?
Yeah, man.
Adora.
Can you
you'll
give me
come back
uppies,
too, right?
Angela, please? Angela? I said Angela, didn't I? Make her sound so plain. I'm sorry if you're watching and your name is Angela. Angela's a little more mystical.
I want to know a secret.
Yes.
I am a coward.
What?
Yeah,
I've always been the queen who stays behind.
yeah,
Micah was the brave one.
we've gotten implications of that from other characters too.
I was just scared. And then I met you. You inspired us.
Wow.
You
Yeah, she did.
inspired me. And now I choose to be brave.
I hope this doesn't mean she is gonna die. You know, this would be the second.
Your Majesty! Angela!
Is she gonna be the one stuck in the portal? God, I was calling this at the end of season 1 that Angela was gonna die. Some motherfucker commented, oh, of course, the immortal angel lady you think is gonna be the one that dies. No, that closed it up, didn't it? Okay, so which timeline are we in now at this point?
For the honor of Grayskull!
Okay. Oh. Did that alone fix it? Oh, here we are. My face! It's back to normal. Okay, so the portal did open. They did imply that as long as it's open for a brief instant, that's still enough.
Adora! I told you could do it.
Okay, so they have the memories from then, too.
Touching as this is, we need to go.
And of course, Shadow Weaver to bring us back to reality, right? Oh yeah, I guess Adora wouldn't know. It's like, Adora, we can explain. They've been doing this all day together. I don't know if you're going to be celebrating for that long, though.
I'm probably going to be grounded for the rest of my life.
About that.
I guess I should go find my mom. Maybe she'll be so happy to see me that she'll forget about grounding me.
Oh.
Adora? What is it?
Turning off She-Ra is like the equivalent of make sure you're sitting down.
She saved us.
Yeah. Guess if you die in the portal, you die in real life. Well, my prediction came 13 episodes too early. Ooh. Is that Prime?
So that's where you've been, little brother.
Ooh. That is a big star map. Holy shit. Oh, they have planet, or that, I guess that's a moon destroyer, but still. Yep. Is that it? That is it. Wow. Just real quick, I really liked the kind of extra little affect that he has on his voice. Like, obviously, it's still the same voice actor, given that they're clones and everything. But just like, you know, he put a little bit different, like, emphasis on his words, the way he spoke them, compared to the Hordak that we have, right? Well, like I said, it only had to be open for a second. So technically, we saved everything, but at the same time, now we're open to everything. So I don't know. It's a big mixed bag. We lost Angela. That, you know, weighs the scales pretty heavily towards shit at this point. Hey, I guess if we just want to consider any Oracle moment to be an Oracle moment, I did call Angela dying, which technically she might still be alive somewhere in the portal, just kind of stuck there for forever. I'm not going to say never again at this point, but just from the information we have right now, RIP to a real one. But chalk up one more Oracle moment for ya boy. The ultimate in predictions coming true. I will, I stand not undefeated, but with a pretty fucking good track record, if I do say so myself. And I'm sorry that I'm taking this opportunity after all the trauma we witnessed, negative Catra, dark Catra, coming through and being far more horrifying than I ever could have imagined. The rest of the Horde on the way, Angela lost in Portal Land, everything we know coming close to unraveling, watching all of our friends disappear before our very eyes. I'm still taking this opportunity to glaze myself. Hey, I calls them like I sees them, and unfortunately most of the time the horrible things that I see do come true. So my apologies if I have somehow been influencing the things I've been watching, even that were made before I watched them, which I guess would technically be everything. I don't know, I'm talking nonsense, but you boys got powers. At some point, maybe when I hit 10,000 subscribers, I'll have to cut together a super Oracle compilation with huge spoilers for everything else that I've ever watched. But just some of my biggest Oracle moments would be, I think a fun little clip show to make. Regardless, while this episode was in kind of the same vein as the last one, I think the last one kind of had that journey of discovery kind of element to it, which I've come to realize I kind of value more than a lot of things. It's something that, because at the end of the day, when you consume as much media as I do, there's certain things that you just feel like you've seen before, even, if it's just, in a slightly different manner. What's the saying? Everything at Taco Bell is just the same 4 ingredients, just put together in a different order. Sometimes works of fiction are like that. You'll grant I've compared a lot of She-Ra to Avatar. Every other show I've watched, I've compared to other things that I've seen before, right? It's just kind of what you do when you watch a lot of stuff, and there's just a lot of commonalities between things. So anything that can kind of give a brand new kind of flavor to stuff like that, I hold in very high regard. And season 3, episode 5 was that, the one before this one. The what the fuck is happening? Nothing is right. Oh, everything is wrong. Everything is disappearing. Scorpia is mean to us all of a sudden, even though she's not supposed to be. All of that was a very, very good journey of discovery. So this one, it kind of had a little bit of diminishing returns. Yeah, it's still very, very good. I'm not trying to discount it. It's just it didn't have that same freshness to me as the last time. Very similarly, Dungeon Meshi had a couple episodes that were kind of in the same spot in the dungeon, and the second one I ranked significantly lower than the one before it, just because it's we've been here before, kind of, so to speak. But yeah, just when you can give me something brand new, flavor wise, it really sets it apart in my mind. I watched just a little recent movie recommendation. I watched The Life of Chuck in theaters the other weekend, and that was a very unique movie. I haven't really seen anything like it before, and I would highly recommend it. To me, it was a 5 out of 5 movie. I cried a lot during the movie in the theater, and it was just one of those journey of discovery things for me. So, I hold that in high regard. So that's why I'm still going to consider the episode before this to be better, per se, even though this episode had much better moments. The whole confrontation between Dark Catra and Adora was phenomenal. Just that final speech from Angela was really, really good. Her finally admitting that she is and has been a coward throughout all of this, and she's finally going to do her best to set things right before making the ultimate sacrifice. Some incredible moments in this one. Yeah, and it just, we're setting up for that second half of the show at this point, which it looks like it's going to be a huge confrontation between all of us and the rest of the Horde, which I have to assume that they're going to say oh, you Hordak, you complete and utter failure. We're going to kill you now. Because we don't tolerate failure and we still consider you to be one. After all this time, can't believe that you survived this long. Time to die. So looking out for Hordak potentially becoming an ally similar to how Shadow Weaver did. I don't know exactly how that's going to work, but like I said at the very beginning of the show, and this Oracle never misses, it might be that the Horde and Princess Alliance have to come together to fight a new threat, which is technically the same threat as it has been the whole time. The Horde, just big time Horde, right? So I'm starting to feel like I may have been right all along. And I don't know if that's just extra glaze on my part, but you know what? I've been right a bunch of times already. Why not add one more to the pile? But regardless, this was an excellent episode. This whole last 3 in a row have been just banger after banger after banger. Just incredible stuff from the show. I really hope y'all aren't lying and that we kind of keep the same kind of energy up. Granted, I know we're not going to get like world-ending threats every episode. At least I would hope not. I think that might actually get a little bit old after a little while. But at the very least, still the same kind of energy and pacing kind of stuff, and just the sheer sense of danger, I think, has been. Granted, I just said I don't want world-ending threats every time, but just like a good constant element of danger. Like at least when they were building up the portal, we kind of knew like, all right, it'll be a couple episodes before it's done. We can kind of fuck around until then. With the Horde coming, the Horde's coming. I don't know how else to put that. But regardless, please let me know what you thought of this episode. Did this blow your mind? Did you cry? Are you going to miss Angela? Don't tell me if she comes back later. Because like I said, I'm still holding out hope, but not much hope. Yeah, let me know what you thought of the episode. Give me some fake spoilers for season 4 and beyond. And yeah, with all that being said, catch you next time for the start of season 4 and the second half of She-Ra and the Princesses of Power. Take it easy, everybody.